Smallman, I'm Freddie Coleman, in for Evan Cohen and Chris Canty, part of Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, SiriusXM Channel 80, as well as ESPN2. So could Saturday, depending on what Russell Wilson looks like, be the beginning of the end for him as a starting quarterback or maybe as a quarterback in the National Football League? We're going to get that in a couple of minutes. But Ben, hanging out with us on 104.3, the great station in Denver, he's got something to say about Michelle and her fandom when it comes to Aaron Rodgers at 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. Big Ben, what you got to say to Miss Smalls?
Hello?
Hello, we got you, Ben. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, here we go. Hey, great show, guys. Love the show. Hey, Michelle, I mean, we got, like, actual great quarterbacks like Joe Burrow. I wouldn't even say Josh Allen, but we got, like, Joe Burrow, Mahomes, guys like that. Mm-hmm. And we're wasting time on a guy who hasn't won in, like, 30 years. I mean, the guy has one ring with all those Packers teams. He's got one ring, and that was a long time ago. The guy's just, he's not a winner. He's got one ring. I mean, let's talk about actual good quarterbacks, guys. I mean, Michelle, come on.
Ben, he has won one Super Bowl, but he's won 4 MVPs. And I didn't say that Aaron Rodgers was going to win the Super Bowl. I said that he was going to win the MVP, which he has done twice with his current offensive coordinator, Nathaniel Hackett. Mm-hmm. And being a free agent football fan has allowed me to really take a lot of emotion out of some of my analysis and the way that I approach things. Uh-huh. I look at Aaron Rodgers and the Jets in a different way than I think a lot of people do, because I don't have a horse in the race. You know, Freddie, I'm sorry. I know that you're a Jets fan and you would absolutely love for the Jets to win the Super Bowl. Don't feel bad about that. But when I'm strictly looking at it from what he has on paper, what he's been capable of in the past, and what he has around him, the schedule, the division, and that's why I think so many things have lined up for Aaron Rodgers to win the MVP this season. And let's not forget who Aaron Rodgers has been in his career, okay? Yeah. He is one of the most talented throwers of the football that we've ever seen. He is a 4-time MVP. He is a Super Bowl champion. He's a guy who, when he has a chip on his shoulder, which he certainly does now, plays his best. And he's somebody who has summoned that greatness time and time again. So, yes, I know he's in his 40s and he's coming off of an Achilles injury and he plays for the New York Jets. But I think if it was a blind resume and you were just looking at the talent around him, the scheme, the division, the defense, that you would be a little bit more on my side.
I just find it funny that somebody says that Aaron Rodgers is not a winner. He has a Super Bowl championship and 4 MVPs.
Freddie, there's a lot of people out there, though, that think that he's an underachiever based on those MVPs. Like the same way that we talk about Lamar Jackson. Yeah. He's won 2 MVPs now. It's time for him to win a Super Bowl. I think a lot of people look at Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. You've won 4 MVPs. You have 1 Super Bowl championship to show for it. And I think that they think he should have had more.
Well, wasn't there a guy named Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, those 2 guys roaming around the NFL countryside when that was going on at that time in the National Football League? You know, Lamar Jackson, the land of Patrick Mahomes, where, you know, that land's not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm going to school people out there. And, Ben, I hope you're listening right now. It is very hard to win a playoff game, much less 1, 2, and 3, and then a Super Bowl. So when you say that Aaron Rodgers is not a winner, to me, that just sounds silly for a guy that has a Super Bowl championship and a guy that's won 4 MVPs. Now, if you want to be more of a winner, you can't play pitch and patch like that when it comes to how you don't like Aaron Rodgers or if you're sticking up for Aaron Rodgers. Just my opinion.
But
put it out there.
Freddie, do you think that Russell Wilson is a winner? Because he won 1 Super Bowl and he was 1 play away from winning a second.
Yeah, but he's been a winning quarterback. But that may be coming to an end when it comes to depending on what he does on Saturday when he plays that final preseason game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. When you've had a chance to be part of a Super Bowl winning team, then you have been a winner. And his winning record has been there as a quarterback. That being said, somebody named Stephen A. Smith clearly not happened by the lack of presence involving Russell Wilson. And he says when it comes to Saturday, dude, this is your last chance to save your career. And Stephen A. Smith, in his typical understated way, said it like this.
Russell Wilson, you're beginning to piss me off. Somebody got to say it, so I'm going to say it.
Oh my.
You stunk last year.
Uh-oh.
You were paid $37.8 million to go away.
Oh my.
The Denver Broncos is willing to eat nearly $38 million to get rid of you.
My God.
And you sitting there fighting for a starting job with Justin Fields. You ain't fighting for no starting job with Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson or somebody. It's Justin Fields you're starting for a job with. And he's sitting there with some smile on his face, talking about, everybody just needs to relax. You ain't Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, Lord.
You don't get to say that. You better show up. You wearing the black and gold now. You a Steeler. I said it last year, I'm going to say it again. The only damn thing good that you brought to Denver was Sierra. That was it.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, to be fair, that's a pretty good addition to the team.
That's never good when...
Sierra, pretty good addition.
He's a great addition. It's never good that we look at him that way for that, more than what he's done in the football field when it comes to Russell Wilson. Here's the deal. I hear where Stephen A. is coming from, not being happy with his performance. We may have to come to the realization that Russell Wilson is not that guy anymore, that you can build around or that can be a complimentary piece to a football team, period. I know people don't want to hear that for a guy that's won a Super Bowl championship, Michelle, has been to two Super Bowls in his NFL career, and more than likely, it's going to be an interesting conversation when it comes to being a Hall of Fame quarterback or not being involved in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But maybe, just maybe, people have to realize that Russell Wilson can't be that guy, and you can't have him as your guy at that quarterback position in Pittsburgh.
But think about the excitement, Freddie, that was surrounding this move when it first happened. When it was first announced that Russ was going to Pittsburgh, we thought, oh, great landing spot for him. It obviously didn't work in Denver for a litany of reasons, but he's going to a place that is a stable organization, stable head coach, a Super Bowl winning head coach in Mike Tomlin. If Mike Tomlin believes in him, maybe we start to view him a little differently, right?
Maybe.
And I know that he's had an abbreviated camp because of that calf injury, but it feels like in short order, our feelings around Russ and this Pittsburgh situation have changed considerably. And I don't know if he's going to win the job right now. He obviously seems like it's his job to lose, and we'll find out in that preseason finale versus the Lions what he's capable of. But he played those 5 series against the Bills. Steelers didn't put any points on the board. He hasn't really done anything so far this preseason or during camp where you think he has really established himself as the leader. He has shown us that Russ that we saw at times in Seattle. And to continue it back to Aaron Rodgers, with Hard Knocks, remember when Hard Knocks was with the Jets last year?
Yeah.
They were in awe of him. That guy walked in the building and everybody was like, you are the guy, you tell us how to get it done. It's not that way with Russ anymore. And he wanted to leave Seattle because he wanted more power. He wanted more control. He wanted to be that guy. He goes to Denver. He gets the office. He gets the special bathroom. He gets all the control and power he wants. And it's a disaster, Freddie. It's a disaster. And I think Russ has a lot to prove. And to Stephen A's point, Denver, they were willing to eat a lot of money to move on from him.
Yeah, they ate that money gladly because Sean Payton said, I can't have this guy because this guy is quarterback. And you can have all the faith you want in the world with Russell Wilson, but how long will that patience last? Because Mike Tomlin wants him to succeed. Mike Tomlin likes Russell Wilson a lot because if he didn't, he wouldn't be there with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But if you can't be that guy, if you're Mike Tomlin, you got to take your chance with Justin Fields. And if that doesn't work, then you got to find a new quarterback in 2025 when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I wonder if Saturday, depending on what that looks like for Russell Wilson, if that could be the beginning of the end when it comes to him not just being a starting quarterback in the National Football League, but maybe even being on a roster as a quarterback in the National Football League. Stay tuned for that. With Michelle Smallman, I'm Freddie Coleman in for Evan Cohen and Chris Canty. Thanks for joining us on Sportsmanlike presented by Progressive Insurance. Keep weighing in. You can do that on the phone at 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776, and on Twitter. Michelle's handle, M. Smallman, my handle at Coleman ESPN. Speaking of quarterbacks, Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson has no time for you. Find out why he feels that way if you keep it here.
Chào mừng các bạn đã quay trở lại với kênh YouTube của mình. Trong video ngày hôm nay, mình sẽ tiếp tục tạo ra những sản phẩm thật là đẹp và tuyệt vời để gửi tặng đến các bạn. Nhưng mình có một yêu cầu nho nhỏ thế này, mình mong rằng các bạn hãy ấn like và đăng ký kênh khi xem video của mình. Cũng coi như là để ủng hộ mình, để mình tiếp tục với động lực ra video. Mình cảm ơn các bạn rất là nhiều.
Mình sẽ đi vào chi tiết tò mò với các bạn. Em ít chơi phở bò quá, ít chơi Facebook, toàn xem TikTok là chính. Facebook để chừng. chơi Facebook để trưng. Nam mô A Di Phò 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 Phò. Nam mô A Di Phò 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 Phò. Cơm phò. Cơm phò. Nam mô A Di Phò Phò. Broken. Nam mô A Di Phò 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 Rô Tò Bò Tò Bò lại khóc cái đéo gì nữa là đâu trên kia có nước không? Trên kia có nước không?
Đấy,
Trên kia có nước không? Phải nhỏ đã là khát nước.
nick group của thằng Nghĩa này đăng nhập lên máy tính đúng không? Thì chơi bia là nó sẽ liên quan đến bia ở ngoài đời luôn. Đấy gọi là bia ở cái game tải về ở ngoài ấy, đúng không? Thay vì cái game bia chơi ở trong game ở trên Facebook, đúng không? Đấy, thế là nhau cứ chơi 50m trên 500, hiểu không? 500 với lại 50m 50 nhá, mẹ 5m đấy thì là những cái con gì nhỉ, gọi là những con bot bên kia nó sẽ thua và mình sẽ được tiền. Mà khi nhá thằng Nghĩa nó tải bia ở game ở điện thoại về, nó đăng nhập vào cái nick Facebook của nó thì là số tiền mà Long vừa kiếm từ mấy con bot đấy vẫn nghiện, hiểu không? Hiểu không anh Thành ngu này? Thì bạn có ngu. Nói chung là bây giờ nhá, thằng Nghĩa đang 5m đang chuyển cho anh Sơn 1m rồi. Chuyển tới nãy giờ mà đi
Rồi.
đi
Đợi đọc hoài rồi.
Suzuki. Như vậy giờ mình kết thúc các bạn.